Good evening and welcome to Thursday's Travel 10 call. Tonight, we're going to be talking about three different areas as always. We're going to give you some news and updates. We're going to do a little training segment for you. And obviously, we're always going to finish with a segment on creating wealth. And tonight I have with me as our guest, I'm sure most of you know him already, my actual nephew, Joey Seaforth. He is our Director of Operations here at Travel 10. And tonight he's going to be kind of going over all the news and updates. He gets to do the boring stuff. They let me do the exciting stuff. So I'll let him do the boring. But this is the boring stuff that everybody wants to know. Everybody wants these answers. So if you would, Joey, kind of give everybody, kind of the latest on where we're at.
We also call it, a little house cleaning too.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a little update. But greetings, Travel 10 Nation out there. Some of your updates, just want to let everybody know we have been working tirelessly, tweaking the website, getting it perfect. We've, about 2 weeks since the launch, so we're about a week and a half or so.
Tirelessly, does that mean you've been working more than 9 to 5?
Yeah, I'm more tired than I look, I guess. But we have been fine-tuning everything. Some of the changes you'll see in there, we've added the 10 tiers on your team list.
Oh yeah, that's important because a lot of people are asking about that, about the 10 tiers is, hey, how in my back office, can I see all my different people? Because obviously this thing's going to get very viral. And it'd be beautiful to be able to see it. And before it was only showing 5?
It's only showing 5.
Yeah.
Now you're not going to have contact information for all 10.
No, because you don't need that anyway.
But you have your full 10, so you'll be able to look at your team list. You have your team tree in there. You have a team list as well that shows you generation by generation all the way down to 10. So if you want to know who enrolled on your 7th generation, you'll be able to see that now.
Now the only thing is how we display that might be done a little different because think about the numbers of people you could literally have on your 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th generation. I mean, for some of you, it's literally gonna be hundreds of thousands of people down the road. So we actually have to look to the future about how we're gonna display that. Right. So it might change over the coming months as we figure out how to do this efficiently.
Or for some of you bigger builders, it might take a long time to load that 10th generation.
Tough situation.
It's a tough one, but you'll wait. We're also working on some email campaigns as well. I think we're shifting from this, let's get everything up and running perfect to now let's go out and let's build, let's start the marketing aspect of it. We're working on the pending enrollments are a big thing that we have right now.
Yeah, we got to get those finished up. And those have to be finished up before the end of this month.
They do, right? They do. So everybody pre-reg, we had tons of people come over, but we also had some people that declined. I mean, it's probably less than 100 people, but those are some people that have big organizations. And if you're not actually fully enrolled and we haven't charged your card yet, there's a chance that if you don't, by the end of this month, that you're going to be compressed out and you're going to lose everything. So you have a back office. What you need to do is you need to go in, you need to check
everybody should do. Everybody should do.
Everyone. If you haven't seen a charge from Travel 10 yet, then most likely you're still pending in your back office. So go into your back office, go to your My Account info, look into your first enrollment order there. It'll either say complete or it'll say pending. And you also have past due invoices. If you have a past due invoice, this is our first month, so that means you haven't paid for your enrollment yet. So you need to go in, click on that, update your card information, and process that payment. If you're having any issues, go ahead and send a ticket into support. They'll guide you through it. They'll help you. Even if you're not sure.
The support is what?
It's actually support@tla10.com.
Right.
So support@tla10.com. They'll go ahead and they'll help you get that process if you can't do it yourself. But everybody that is past due should have some past due invoices in there. They can just go ahead, update their information and process.
And to make this real clear too, for a lot of you, if you do not do this and the time comes and goes and you're still in a pending situation, now if you've sent a support ticket in and you can't fix it yourself and you send a support ticket in, we've got that on file. So there's no problem. Then it's on us to take care of the problem. But if you haven't done that and the end of this period comes, the end of August comes, and you still haven't resolved it, you're compressed out. And there's nothing we can do about it because once we do this, it's done. You don't get to stay in and come back and say, oh, I made a mistake. I forgot. Nobody told me. That's why we're letting everybody know way in advance. This is really important, guys, because this is going to be the most viral company I think anybody's ever seen. And obviously, you want to be positioned in it. So just make sure, please make sure that you get in there and go to your back office. And
don't wait till the last day. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So like I said, email campaigns, pending enrollments. We're still working on HyperWallet as well. We're actually pretty close to having that completely set up. And when that happens, everybody is going to get an email from HyperWallet and from Good Life. And it's going to say, you need to complete your enrollment. You need to complete your account setup. You need to verify your email. You're going to have to do all that stuff. It'll be before we actually process the commissions and run them for you. But it might be close to when we actually are paying the field out. So just be, at the end of this month, just start being on the lookout for those emails. Because you want to make sure you get your account set up so that you get paid on time.
Yeah, but don't send in a support ticket now because
no, not yet.
Well,
not yet.
We know we won't be sending out this information to you probably the last day of the month at least.
Yeah, it'll be really close to the end of the month or the very beginning of next month that you'll actually get that email. So just be on the lookout for that. But don't worry, HyperWallet is being set up. All of our users are being uploaded into their systems. The cards are being designed. Everything's
they're beautiful too. They're obviously they're Visa cards. They're beautiful design.
And that's another thing too. You're going to have your virtual account for this first payout. The cards from Visa, they take a little bit longer. So I mean, they're a co-branded card, so they're going to have our logo on it. It's going to have Visa on it. Right. But it'll take a little bit longer for those to get out to you. Probably about 6 to 8 weeks from today. Yeah. But those will be in the mail. You'll still be able to use your account. You'll still be able to transfer to your bank account, things like that.
Right.
So,
and one of the great things that we always talk about all the benefits of why we're doing this, guys, is think about this. Before, and most companies too, you have to have a check that's at least between $5 and $10 before a company actually cuts your checks. They let your commissions accumulate to at least that amount. Well, that doesn't really come into play only maybe when you first start, but after that, obviously, you're getting your checks. But for a lot of people, the first couple months, they don't get a check because it's under $10. Well, the beautiful thing about what we're doing this, I don't care if your check is 10 cents. You get it. Whatever it is, you get it. So we like that too because it allows us to pay you, as the money is earned.
And not only do you get it instantly.
Yeah, that's nice too.
Yeah, you don't have to wait on the check in the mail or the two days for ACH to clear. So you get that instantly. And plus, it comes on a nice co-branded Visa card too that you can just immediately use at, any of the retailers or gas stations, grocery stores. So anywhere Visa's accepted. But yeah, HyperWallet's coming along. We also are getting pretty close on our welcome kits too.
Right.
On our beautiful card design, and I think everybody's really going to be pretty happy when they see that. Mark did a good job on getting those designs done, and got something really special coming for everyone.
Yeah, you're going to like it. You really are. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you a little bit of the card tonight on a screen share so you can kind of see what it looks like front and back. But it's actually how it's done that makes it so impressive because this thing is beautiful. I mean, it's gold foiled. It's
gold foiled.
It's embossed. Yeah. It's going to be very impressive. The card itself is like 3 times the thickness of a normal card. Now, these are very expensive. Don't get me wrong, but we did this because what you're trying to do when you hand one of these out is make an impact, and it will make an impact. You don't have to hand out that many of them, but when you do, you want it to leave an impact with somebody. They're not going to throw it away. They're going to go check out what the gift is all about.
Right. And of course, we're going to have PDFs up there where people can make their own cards. But this is a corporate card that we're putting out there that's really, really, really nice, and it's going to really show that impact. Okay. But I mean, that's about it on the update side. We're chugging along. We're doing really good. If you guys are seeing anything out there in the field that doesn't look right to you, always send in a support ticket. And
some of the things we've done now on the website, real quick. I mean, for example, now it says TLA code everywhere, and it says TLA code / ID number, so everybody knows it's one and the same. It's all over your website, your back office.
We had some confusion. What's my website? Is it TLA10.com? John, or is it TLA.com / my number? Well, it's both, and your TLA code is your ID number,
right?
And your website name can also be used as a way to enroll people, have them activate cards, and so forth. So you'll see those things pop up in your back office, and just know that we're constantly working on there, and working on that, and getting things perfect for you.
Yeah. I'm just making it more just simpler and simpler and simpler. I mean, for example, somebody mentioned about, hey, when I go to enroll, some people don't understand about how to do their website name. Yeah, we looked at it and said, let's put some information in there. That'll be up, I think, today. So nobody can make a mistake anywhere as they go through the process. Right. We're going to make this bulletproof for everybody.
That's right.
Because what we want this thing to be fast and furious. Just like the movie, guys. All right. So I think that's it from our Director of Operations here. And appreciate you being here, Joey.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
And I'm going to take over from here and go into the training and the Creating Wealth segment. So.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, Joey, thank you. All right, I'll jump in here. He's going to slide out, and let me get started, guys. All right, so let's get right into training. All right, I'm gonna do a little quick screen share with you because I want everybody to see the new card, and I want to talk about one other segment here on training tonight. So just give me just a moment as I go to a screen share. Okay, I think we're about there. All right, there we go. All right, first thing I want to show with everybody this evening is the new look of the card on the back side, so you guys can actually see this thing and how it's filled out. And we did this because we wanted everybody to be able to, not make a mistake when they get the new card. And so we've got the TA code, the TLA code, of course, and we got the visit the website. So this way, let's say, for example, your name of your website was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Most people don't have it. They have a name like money or wealth or happiness or whatever they want to put there. But it makes it very simple for a person to go in here and go, okay, I can just put my website in, and when I send somebody on my website, if they go to your website with your / of the name of your website, when somebody goes to that website, you're all set. Because when they go through the process and they want to make the decision, whatever direction they go in, whether it be the card customer or becoming a TLA, they're automatically on your website. And when they go through the enrollment process, they're attached to you permanently. Now, if you go the other way and they just want to go use the code, then they go to the TLA10.com site. Now, when they get ready to do that process, they just have to put in your code, but it won't let them go anywhere until they put in the code. So if they don't know what the code is, they got to go back to the card, look at the card. And again, this is making it idiot-proof and bulletproof, I guess is a better way of saying it, because no matter what direction they go, they use your full-blown website name, or they just put a TLA10.com and go that way. Then it's going to ask for the code. The code is going to be on the back of the card. They're going to go back and look at this card. Oh, there's the code, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They put that in, and again, then they're tied to you. So we've made this thing very, very simple. Again, these are just ideas from the field, and one of the things we're trying to do is act quickly, because again, the whole concept behind this is to be something that's simple and easy and everybody can replicate. And that's what we're in the direction of going, and we're going there in a hurry. So the next thing I want to share with you guys, and I shared this with everybody last week, but I want to kind of hit it just briefly again, because it's so important when we're talking about training and understand this business. And so I want to start with the very first generation, okay? And if you notice there, as you look down the generations and you look to the right, the time frame, we're saying that most people should take about 2 months to kind of build their first generation. That means the ones you personally enroll, whether it be 3 people, 10 people, 30 people, like in this example, 50 people. Like some of you already put in 100, which still blows my mind. It just doesn't happen, and yet it's already happening here. So, but I want everybody to think about this, because this is not a business that's like you're going to be wealthy overnight. But what you do today and what you do during the first 2 months is probably going to determine how much money you're going to make as this thing matures and goes, 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. Because it all starts with what you begin with. So sometimes what you've got to do is you've got to be able to defer and understand that success is something that's built on a foundation, which is the people you personally enroll. Then that becomes the foundation, the building blocks for everything else that happens. And I've always said this. I said, when people think, well, if I can't make it today, then it's just not for me. Well, guess what? Success is not for you, because success doesn't happen that way unless you go hit a lottery ticket, and that's not success. That's getting lucky, and people try to do that all their lives and never do anything with it, because again, that's just the luck of the draw. And I don't like leaving my life to luck, and I hope you don't either. And so part of this training process is understand that it's so critical that what you do during that first couple months of this business. And tonight, what I'm going to be talking about when I go back here off the screen share is making sure you understand what those steps are from a training standpoint to make sure this happens, because this is what you want to have happen. Now, obviously, this is based on 3 getting 3, right? And we showed these numbers to you last week. So now, at the end of 20 months, you would have 88,572 TLA starting from year 3. That's not too bad. Now, here's the scary part about this, guys. Think about it. This business is so easy. People that normally, and they say in industry, but I think this is more non-networking because of the way this company's built with the gift and our whole marketing concept and the cost factors and everything else. But most people would say, okay, you're going to get 2 to 3 people. And that's probably true. That's about it. Even then, you can have a lot of success, because you can see by these numbers, if you ended up with you started with 3 and then just duplicated by 3 and nobody ever did anything more than that, you'd still have 88,000 TLAs making you anywhere. Now think about this. Every one of those TLAs represents anywhere from probably $1 to $3 per TLA. So at $1, you'd be making, 88 grand a month. At $3, it'd be a lot more than that. That's based on a growth of 3. But what happens if you decide to put in 10? Now you see how different the numbers are. You just keep adding these numbers up. And again, but this is not 10 by 10. Remember, this is saying that you put in 10 people and nobody else ever put in more than 3. Nobody else could put in 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 or 20 or 50. No, no, no. They can only ever put in 3. And look at the difference here. It's 295,000 TLAs now that you're earning money on from all their customers. Now remember, when I say TLAs, I'm talking about TLAs have customers, because everything is based on customer subscription. But when you got that many TLAs, think about how many customers the average TLA is going to have in this business. My guess, unlike anything that's ever been seen before, people are going to have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 customers. Just because it's so easy. Because when a person goes to that decision-making process, remember, they got 3 choices. A lot of them are just going to choose customer. You don't care. Like we said all along, whatever they choose, you win. And so your customer base is just going to continue to build and build and build. And at $10 a month, when a person can save thousands a year, they're not going anywhere. They're going to be a lifetime customer. So again, I think these numbers are probably conservative when we start looking at it. But again, let's go back to the building process. Let's say you put in 30 now. Look at the difference in what your growth would be like. And again, it's not 30 getting 30 or 30 getting 5 or 10. It's just 30 each getting 3. And then those next, whatever the base is on your second generation, only getting 3. And right on down all the way through as you see this thing build. Look at the difference. Now, let me ask you, if you knew for a fact that everything was going to be determined by what you did on your first generation, and it's going to determine your livelihood forever, and this is what your income is going to look like. I mean, this is the number of people you're going to have, and you're going to be making anywhere from $1 to $3 off each one of those TLAs at the end of 20 months. What would you do? Would you say, you know what? Everything else stayed the same, but I'm still just going to put in my 3. I'm happy with that. And maybe you would be. Maybe you would be. But why? Why, when this is so easy, would you do that when you can see what the difference would be from 3 to 10 and from 10 to 30? And with something that's as simple as it is with this. Again, I've got to use my wife as an example. You know, she's been with me for 12 years. And, you know, she tried her darndest in Good Life to build it. And it wasn't that Good Life wasn't a great company. It was a good company, a great product and everything. But it was network marketing. It was very complex. It was difficult. It was all the things that Travel 10's not. Again, Travel 10 was designed to be viral, to be simple, to be easy, to be replicable. So she looks at this and goes, well, I can do this. She's averaging signing up 1 person a day right now. And I don't think she's going to slow down. Now, what is she doing? You know, people say, well, that's your wife. He has an advantage. No, she has no advantage. It's actually a disadvantage sometimes, because people think, oh, yeah, right. You know, with her, she has to work a little bit harder because she has to share. There's like, you're an owner's wife. Why are you doing this? What is things hurting? You need this? No, she loves it because she's actually taking every penny she makes and she gives it all to her foundation. I'm not supposed to talk about that. That's what she does. She wants to give the money to her foundation for children. So that's why she's working so hard. That's her motivation. But everybody needs a motivation. And I don't know what yours is, but whatever it is, you need to have one if you're going to be successful. So I see, you know, anybody being able to take and build this at a very, very rapid pace. So let me get out of that now. I just had to bring that up one more time because I want you to think about that. Am I going to put in 3, 10, or 30? Look at the bottom number after 20 months. And how much more effort it is at the beginning to do this. And when I started looking at people that have actually literally put in on their first generation 100, that actually scares me. That really scares me. I can't even fathom what that's going to be like when this starts to happen. So let's get back out here. Now, to complete the training segment, the last thing I want to talk about, because this is the key for you going out and really starting to be successful with Travel 10. And as we've said over and over again, there's nothing more for you to do other than just to give the gift. You don't have to do anything more than that. I said on last week's call, and I'm going to be repeating this over and over, it's probably going to be the best creating wealth tip I will ever give you, ever, is just if every day when you get up, you say this when you get up, by giving the gift, every day, everything else will either be easy or unnecessary. And if you repeat that to yourself, just, you know, in your mind throughout the day, by giving the gift every day, everything else will either be easy or unnecessary. Then what'll happen is you'll make it a habit of giving the gift, because every time you run into somebody, you're going to be thinking about, did I give that person the gift? Oh, I didn't. Oh, I read. Think about how many people you come across every day that I guarantee you're not saying a word to about the gift. But if you start saying that to yourself in the morning, guess what you do? Every person you come in contact with, you're going to ask them, I don't care what you do, how you say it, what you do, you're going to say, have you heard the gift? Or I'd like to give you a gift. I don't care what you do, as long as you open your mouth and say something. You know, again, every day, I got blood work done. Yesterday, I had to go and get blood work done. Perfect example. The nurse is, you know, drawing the blood. And I turned to her and I just said, I'm just sitting there and I said, have you heard of the gift? I love doing this. I think so it's funny. She looked at me with the strangest look of the gift. And I said, yeah, I know. Of course you haven't heard of it. She said, what is it? And I said, I tell you what, you know what I like to do? I want to send you to a site. And I want you to look at the gift. And here's what I want you to do. When you look at this gift, you're going to make a yes or no decision. If you can tell me no, and I said this to her while she was drawing my blood, if you can tell me no, I'll give you a $1,000 gift card. She said, what? I said, yeah, just tell me no and I'll give you a $1,000 gift card. She said, you kidding me? I said, no. I said, but here's the hard, and I'm just having a conversation with her. And she goes, well, so what's it all about? I said, no, I want you to watch it. You just watch it. It's your decision. Whatever you decide is fine by me. I said, but I think you're going to have a hard time saying no. Now, she was very excited. And I know she's going to go watch the video and she's going to make a decision. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be one of the three. She's either going to take the gift card, she's going to become a customer, she's going to TLA. But it only happened because I said something. If I said nothing, obviously that person wouldn't be considering the gift. Think about yourself. If you will do this every day, every person you come in contact, and of course, for long, you're going to have these unbelievable cards, which are, these marketing cards are going to be amazing. These gift cards we're talking about. Now they're expensive. And for some of you, you might just decide to go to a little, you know, an instant print or whatever and make up, you know, the cards and hand them out. And that's okay too, if you're going to do it in volume. These are really designed for people you really want to, you know, you really want their attention, because again, they're beautiful, they're expensive. I mean, if you went to print them yourself, you can make, like, we was checking, the price is like $250 for, I think it's 100 cards. It's crazy. I mean, it's like almost $2 or something a card. Now we're going to have these things available, you know, at our cost, we're doing huge volumes, but it's going to be down around 40, 50 cents a card for you. So again, you're not going to just throw them out on the street. These are ones, when you hand them to somebody, they're going to make an impact and people are going to go check out that video. So you got to decide when you hand those out, but those are going to be available here in a couple of weeks. But my point is, if you're either doing that, you know, giving the card out if you talk to people, or, you know, sending them to your link and just sending by, you know, social media, constantly every day, sending somebody and say, hey, Bill, Beth, Sue, whatever, you got to check out the gift. I don't care how you say it, just check it out. And then when you check it out, tell me no. I don't care, tell me no. Have fun with this, guys. If you have fun with this, you are going to be surprised how many people are going to be coming in and how fast your organization will grow. And guess what? When people join and they saw how you did it and how simple it was, they're going to know that this is something they can replicate and they can do. And that's the key. People are going to look at this and say, wait a minute. All you did was mention the word gift. I went and watched the video. I made my own decision. I signed up. Can I do that? Of course I can do that. I can show that to somebody, and that's something that can replicate. That's the key to viral growth. So we have that here, obviously, with the gift and Travel 10. Take advantage of it. There's nothing like that. I'm telling you, I still believe, I have no doubt, by the end of this year, this will be the hottest business opportunity in America. It's got to be. There's just nothing like it, nothing that comes close. Finally, what I want to talk about tonight is our third segment. That's enough on training. Our third segment is about creating wealth. And I'm going to be doing this, you know, every one of these calls, because here's, I guess, the beauty of what we're doing here at Travel 10. I don't have to do a webinar where we do a presentation to sell the business idea or the concept. That's all done. That's the video, guys. You know, it's not a teaser video. It's a business presentation that a person looks at to make a decision. That's why it's as long as it is. It's still short. Think about it. Most business presentations in this industry are how long? 45 minutes to an hour. You got to sit through a business presentation to make a decision. Here a person sits for 10 minutes and makes a decision about a life-changing income. But it's 10 minutes. So it's a full-blown, complete business presentation that tells the whole story. Tells the story to the point the person makes their own decision. You don't even have to go back and try to close them. They decide, I'm going to do A, B, or C. There's the three choices. Which one do I want? Either way, again, you don't care, you win. For them, whatever they choose, they win. I love that about what we're doing here at Travel 10. So, in talking about the third segment here, creating wealth, what I want to do is just give you little tools and little things you can do to help you from a you know, kind of an inside perspective. Because I really believe the only difference between the people that are very wealthy in this life and very successful and the people that that really struggle all their lives and just have a job and worry about paying the bills and how to get through the day. And, can I do this? Can I do that? I wish I could take a vacation, but I can't afford it. I always think the only difference is the person's mind. That's all it is. It's not education. It's not looks. It's not intelligence. It's really not. It's the person's mind. It's how they see things. And so in the email that I sent out to everybody, I mentioned some big name celebrities, right? The Rock and Oprah and Steve Harvey and Jim Carrey and I think a couple others that I put out there. So what I'm getting ready to do right now is I'm going to let you take a look at a little clip from each one of these people. And it's very interesting to hear how they talk and how they think. But more importantly, that they all have one thing in common. And after you watch these little short clips, I'm going to come back and share with you what that one thing is that they all have in common. So sit back, relax. They're going to be very short. They're very entertaining. And they're from major celebrities we all know.
You are worthy of something. And you're able to do something special that no one else in the world can do.
Failing has become critical in my growth. I graduated from the University of Miami. I had a terrible senior year. I had a bad injury. You only get one shot as a senior. You don't come back. And Warren Sapp came in and lit the world on fire with how he played. We pushed each other. We were partners. He outplayed me, beat me out of my position. And I had a really terrible year that year.
Just got to show you guys this view. It is spectacular of one of my favorite cities in the world, Vancouver, Canada. And look, I've dropped my blood and sweat in this city, wrestled multiple matches in this city, shot big movies in this city. But one thing that a lot of people don't know that I want to share with you guys is when I was 22 years old, I came to this city for the first time. I was playing in the Canadian Football League, playing my first pro football game. I was playing for the Calgary Stampeders. We were playing the BC Lions. I was so excited. 2 days later, I got cut. The dream shattered, sent home with $7 in my pocket. I was like, wait, no, I got to play in the NFL eventually. Those are my big goals. That's my dream. You realize that playing in the NFL was the best thing that never happened because it got me here. So my point is, look, you're going to get your ass kicked. We're going to get the shit kicked out of us. You got to get up. You got to have faith that the one thing you wanted to happen oftentimes is the best thing that never happened. So have faith. Just keep that in mind. Keep plugging away.
Didn't get invited to the combine, the NFL combine, and I didn't get drafted in the NFL. And I had one option, and that option was the CFL. So now I worked so hard for 10 years, and draft day comes.
Nothing about my life is lucky. Nothing. A lot of grace, a lot of blessings, a lot of divine order, but I don't believe in luck. For me, luck is preparation, meeting the moment of opportunity. There is no luck without you being prepared to handle that moment of opportunity. And so what I would say for myself is that because of my hand and a force greater than my own, I have been prepared in ways that I didn't even know I was being prepared for. And the truth is, for me and for every person, every single thing that has ever happened in your life is preparing you for the moment that is to come.
Today is the beginning of the rest of your life, and it can be very frightening. It's a new world out there. It's a mean world out there, and you only live once. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances professionally. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. So don't be afraid to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself a goal every day.
If you could get a couple of things from me, if you could gather this piece of information. Albert Einstein said once, he said, imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Now I want you to get this now. Imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Because if you think about it, everything you have, everything we have in this world, somebody imagined it. It's your imagination is tremendous. Somebody was sitting on the phone one day talking with a cord to the wall and said, man, I wish I could just go outside with this phone. Everybody in here got a cell phone. Somebody imagined that. Somebody got tired of riding in a wagon cross country from slavery to freedom. Somebody said, I wish we had something that made these wheels move by themselves. We drive cars. People got tired of driving from New York to LA. Somebody said, I wish we could fly. We got airplanes. Imagination is everything. It's the preview to life's coming attractions. Your real life, the one God really got for you, is in your imagination. It is not in your current situation or your current paycheck. And if you've been living like that, you have then restricted yourself to a commonality that is really not yours. Because what really God got for you is really in your imagination.
Obviously, you knew somewhere inside yourself that you were destined to be famous, because I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did. Do y'all read about this or hear this? That you used to go up on Mulholland Drive and park
every night
and visualize seeing yourself as...
Yeah, I would visualize, I would
This is when you were broke and poor.
You know, right, having directors interested in me and people that I respected saying, you know, I like your work or whatever that is. And I would visualize things coming to me that I wanted or whatever.
This was in like 1987, 85?
Yeah. And I had nothing at that time, so it was like, but it just made me feel better. It made me, at that time, all it really was for me was kind of making me feel better. I would drive home and think, well, I do have these things, and they're out there. I just don't have a hold of them yet, but they're out there.
Okay, so you would get this from what, self-help books or whatever?
Yeah, self-help section.
Self-help section.
They've renamed it the Jim Carrey wing.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff, but then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah. So you visualize yourself like... Visualization works if you work hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can't just visualize and then, you know, go eat a sandwich.
Now that you've seen the videos, and obviously you can see just how inspired these people are, how motivated they are, how certain they are of their success and where they're going in life. But why? You know, what was it? What was the thread that allowed all of them to become that type of person? It didn't happen when you go through, you know, normal education and going through school and stuff. You know, I went through high school, I went through college. I never saw anything. No one ever tried to inspire me or motivate me or make me understand what the real secrets in life were. That didn't happen in college. It didn't happen in high school. It doesn't even happen in life. As a matter of fact, in life, what do most people do? They try to keep you down with them. You know, I always say, you know, if you want to be successful, why would you ever talk to somebody, you know, maybe it's a friend or a business associate. If they have everything you want in life, yeah, then I'd listen to them because they have what you're looking for. But if they're living the same existence that maybe you are, or even worse possibly, why would you ever listen to anything they have to say? I wouldn't. So what you need to do is listen to what these people just talked about in these clips and where they all started from. And this is what I'm going to suggest everybody do on this call. It'll be worth it to you. It will be life-changing for you. Is they all started with a very simple thing called The Secret. Everybody's heard about The Secret. Well, maybe not everybody, because a lot of people have heard it, but they just haven't bothered to go investigate it to find out what is The Secret. I don't know about you, but when first time I ever heard The Secret, okay, what is it? I want to know what The Secret is. Somebody tell me what The Secret is. So I went looking and I found it. And boy, was it one of the best things I ever did in my life. And so I'm going to suggest you do the same thing. Go find The Secret. It's pretty simple to find. You can go on YouTube and just, type in the word The Secret. All of a sudden, some videos are going to pop up. They're going to be talking about The Secret. And there's some short one versions of it, and there's some longer versions. I don't care which one you watch, just start watching them. And you're going to be inspired. And you're going to realize, maybe for the first time, if you have, that now that you have a real opportunity here with Travel 10 and the gift, and if you can take The Secret and put it to work in your life, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, that you can't have. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all there for you. And for me, this is the most exciting part of what we're getting ready to do with the gift, is that we're going to change lives. I mean, that's what it all gets down to when it's said and done. It's not what you get from this. It's what you can do by helping others and see what they get. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing journey. So with that, I'm going to say good night. Thank you for being on this call. And by the way, I did this remotely a little early because actually today is my birthday. So I think I'm 28. I think my wife told me. No, yeah, I wish. Actually, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at in life. But again, thank you for being here tonight. God bless, and go find The Secret.